Tasks are the individual activities that need to be completed to finish the project. Let's go through the process of adding tasks to your project. So make sure that you are in this Gantt chart view. This is the default view and is great for adding and managing tasks. So over here you can see task mode. I'll show you what this is. Then you can see the task name. You have to enter the name of your task, and you can see the duration, start date, finish date, and the predecessor. So what is a predecessor? So predecessor is a task that is completed before any task can start. For example, for doing the concreting, you have to finish the formworks, right? So for concreting, formworks is the predecessor. Okay. So let me tell you one thing before moving on, and that is, so there are different methods for creating the schedule in the Microsoft project. Okay. So how you enter the tasks, how you link them, how you put the duration, start date, finish date, and everything. Okay. So this is what I use, and this is my method, and this is what normally is followed. And once you become aware of this software, then you can create your own method, which will save you a lot of time and will be easier for you. Okay. So this is just a baseline method. So what I normally do is that I list all the tasks first. I do not care what is the predecessor, what is the successor. I don't care for all those things. And I also don't care for the duration as well. I just list the tasks, right? So how do I list the task? So this is one important thing. Okay. I always tell people that knowing the software is not important. So for Microsoft project, you might know all the tools and everything, but still you might not be able to create a realistic schedule. Why? It's because for creating a realistic schedule, you must know each and everything of that project. Okay. How you do it? So once you have all the drawings and things, you study the drawings. After that, you create a whole movie in your mind that how you're going to start the task, how you're going to start the project. So you have to imagine that first thing you'll set up the camps, that is the mobilization part, right? Then you will do the surveying and layout things. Then you will do the excavation. Then you will finish the foundation. Then you will do the tie beam. Then the ground floor columns. Then the beam and the slab. Then the first floor columns, beam and the slab. And for all these tasks, you have to know every detail. Okay. Like for example, so when you do the excavation, how you will start the stone soiling works. Okay. Right. And let's say that when you start the excavation, there is a whole lot of the big plot that you are excavating, and one edge of the excavation you have already made. So you have to think whether you will finish the excavation completely and start the stone soiling work, or you can start the stone soiling work once you have excavated a sufficient amount of the land, right? You don't have to finish the entire excavation. You have excavated a certain part and you can start the soiling from there, and the rest part the excavator works on, and the stone soiling work also happens parallelly. So you have to imagine all those things, and you have to also think, so you start the excavation today, right? After 2 days your certain area is complete and you start the work, whether it did 2 days, whether it did 3 days. You have to imagine all those things, everything, how you're going to take this project, how you will do all the things, everything. It should be in your mind. Then only you can make a realistic project. So this is my suggestion for you. In order to make schedules professionally, for learning purpose, it's just fine, you can start. For creating the schedules, you must have completed at least one project as a site engineer. You must have seen all the things that happen at a site, from excavation to the finishing. You must be knowing everything, and you must be knowing how the work happen, how the works happen. Okay, and how the site is planned, how the works are planned, so that the work is done efficiently. You must know at least for one project. And once you have those things, you can make a very realistic schedule. Okay,